that
bro.
shit is crazy, bro.
Listen, put like this, Zach Wilson was terrible, bro. So when Mike White got in the game, bro, he was even worse. I'm like, man, this team is fucking cursed, nigga. If you put on a Jets uniform, you instantly lose your talent, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy, bro. Oh my God, bro. Speaking of bad quarterbacks, and I don't mean this is a terrible transition because I don't actually mean that he's bad, or he could be, depending on who you ask, bro. But, nigga, Cam was right, bro. It's not 32 quarterbacks better than him right now, nigga. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It's a lot of bad quarterbacks in the NFL right now, bro.
There's plenty, man. They come a dime a dozen right now, man.
Oh, my God, bro. It's funny because the two teams where he was at, well, really, one team? The Panthers, bro, they could really use a quarterback, bro. They had to bench their quarterback, dog. So I love it, man. I love it, bro. I love seeing all this trash, dog. It makes for a bad football game.
Yes. Especially against the Giants.
Now, you know how bad you got to be if the Giants put up 25 on you, bro?
With missing like 4 offensive starters, nigga.
Oh, God, bro. Jesus Christ, dog. All right. Sticking to sports, though, man. How y'all boys doing, bro?
Man, doing good, man. Sticking to sports, boy. Warriors 2-0.
This opening week, listen, y'all know me. For the past couple of years, I have not been the basketball fan that I normally am or I used to be. I just don't find basketball as interesting in the regular season. And shit, I didn't even find it interesting in the playoffs last year for the most part, besides a couple of series. But this is probably one of the best opening weeks of basketball that I can remember, bro. Nah, it was like amazing. Like every game was fire. Every game that was on national television was fire, bro.
You know what it is, too? I think now we're starting to see all the young talent in this age. Like, this is like the golden era of guard play in the NBA. And we're starting to finally see the fruits of that, bro. So all these games are super interesting because just, you know, there's so much talent just across. Like, you can think of every NBA team, and there's at least 1 or 2 guys you might want to watch. Like, bro, if the Hornets game is on, I'll consider watching it because you got LaMelo. Like, LaMelo was fun to watch. Like, I was watching the Bulls. The Bulls were playing some team, and I think it was the Pelicans. I didn't realize Zion wasn't playing. I forgot he was hurt.
That fat fuck.
Oh,
man.
300 pounds, man.
Nah, real talk though. Like, have you seen the pictures of him, bro? Like,
yeah,
that
bro.
nigga's a chunky bunky, bro. For real.
He looks his weight, bro. 100%.
But go on.
But yeah, you know, Bulls. You know, got Levine. You like Lonzo. I don't. You know, I don't care about Lonzo like that. But nah, I mean, you know, and plus, obviously. I would be remiss if I did not mention the number 1 TV show, the number 1 highly rated show on NBA, a.k.a. The Lake Show, baby. The fucking Lakers are a travesty to start the season, and that feels so good to watch, bro, because we all knew it was coming, dog. It's just hilarious it happened so quickly out the gate, dog.
Well, I want to say that because they were in all the games. They were in the games.
They were not in the game against Phoenix. Phoenix was beating them niggas by 30.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't watch that.
Yeah, they weren't in that game at all. Like,
that game was done by the second quarter, bro.
Why you think Anthony Davis and Dwight Howard started scuffling, man?
Yeah, that game was done by the second quarter, bro. For real, bro. That shit was bad. And it followed an incredible game by was that the same night? That wasn't the same night with the Clippers and Warriors.
Yeah, same night.
Oh yeah. It followed in or which game was first?
The Lakers.
The Lakers. That's why. Okay, yeah, bro. So, yeah, it was followed up by a phenomenal performance, bro. Shout out to Steph Curry, dog. Like, nigga's so broken, bro.
Bruh, I was watching that first quarter, and every shot he's hit, I'm like, yo, this is after 5 shots, I'm like, yo, this nigga hasn't missed yet. Bro, the man went 9 of 9, 5 of 5 from 3 in the first quarter, nigga. Follow that up playing terrible. He only had like 3 points in the second. But in the fourth quarter, that nigga pulled through, dog. Like, that nigga showed up big time, 45 points. I mean, you know, this season, dog, it started off. It's been exciting, bro, and that's what you want.
No, let's go back to the Lakers, though, right? Yeah, like I said, we don't normally do this much sports on the main pod, but we don't really have a way to express ourselves when it comes to our basketball opinions because we have a football pod, which is strictly football. So I do want to get on the Lakers. The Lakers are going to be fine. They're going to make the playoffs, right? Whatever. It is one of those hilarious. It's the perfect team to analyze.
Bro, it's a social experiment.
There you go. Thank you. It's the perfect team to be a social experiment because whatever you think about basketball, whatever your philosophies are, how you view chemistry, the Lakers are going to push the envelope on every single thought process conversation, bro. And it starts and ends with Russell Westbrook, dog. This nigga's been terrible. Terrible.
Is that fair to say, man?
For sure. What am I supposed to say? The nigga, bro, like nigga had a game where he had like 4 for 13 and like had 10 turnovers, bro. So I think people didn't really.
Are you talking about preseason?
No.
He's talking about the start of the season.
No. He's been bad, but he hasn't really been allowed to even shoot because, I think he went 4 for 13 in the first game. Yeah, he went 4 for 13 in the first game. Second game, still bad. But I don't think people put enough stock into preseason, and myself included. I was like, hey, he's just trying shit and seeing what he could get away with, bro. I was wrong. He was just really this bad. He was just really this bad. Like it's gonna work itself out eventually because all-time great players figure it out. I know what's gonna happen, bro. In the playoffs, bro. Russell Westbrook is gonna be the scapegoat of all of this, dog. Niggas ain't gonna blame Anthony Davis. Niggas will try to blame LeBron James, bro. But I can't wait, bro. Because I can't wait. Because
do you think they make it? Because
come on,
they're
bro.
gonna make it. They're gonna make
Anthony Davis,
AD and LeBron alone will bring him to the playoffs.
for sure.
They gotta bring it to the playoffs, but I'm talking about making it.
Oh, that's a whole different conversation.
no,
I don't think so.
You know what? I'm hoping this year we get them and the Clippers in the first round, dog. We got to get that series.
I need to see that series, though.
We gotta
at
get
some
that
point, it
series.
has to come to a head, bro.
Man, it'll never happen, man. The best opportunity for that to happen was the bubble, and it didn't happen. And ever since then, I just took.
This would be one of the great crimes in sports history if the Clippers and the Lakers don't fucking play each other in a playoff series, bro. Like I've been waiting for this for almost 4 years now. I'm tired of this shit, bro.
Nigga, you never gonna see it, fam.
Come on, dog. Don't shit on my dreams like that, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, but for real, the reason why I don't think the Lakers are gonna make the playoffs is because Russell Westbrook, bro. Like, we saw what happened when Russ was on the Rockets, right? Took a while for him to get figured it out. Had to get acclimated to the new system, blah, blah, blah. And then I think whatever that year was like February, he just went crazy. It was awesome, blah, 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 blah. Playoffs came, bro. Niggas treat that nigga like he was a scrub, dog.
And you got to imagine, on that team, he had what he would need to succeed. Shooting.
And unlimited spacing.
Exactly.
He had a wide lane to the hole. He could attack the lane whenever he wanted on that Rockets team.
That Rockets team had no bigs.
No bigs. This team has 3 of them. So it's going to be so interesting. And then on top of the fact that Russ needs the ball, but LeBron ain't going to let that nigga hold the ball. You think LeBron James is going to let Russell Westbrook dictate his legacy, bro? Come on, man. Keep it a buck, man. Keep it a buck, man. That ain't happening, dog.
Nah, bro.
It's not fucking happening, bro. But sticking with basketball, though, the real reason I want to have the conversation is because the NBA 75 list, or the top 75 players of all time, in accordance with the 75 years of the NBA, it came out, caused a bit of a stir. Some people felt like there's some people that shouldn't have been on there. I do as well. Some people felt like there's some guys who should have been on there. I do as well. So the list itself, how do you guys feel about the list? Because this is just in a continuation of the NBA top 50.
I mean, when I looked at the list, there's a lot of names, obviously, that you feel belong. And the original top 50 weren't coming off, right? So you can't even look at it that way. But even though that's the case, like Damian Lillard, though, bro. Damian Lillard, top 75. I don't know about that.
He's projected to be top. That's how I take it as.
I mean, you know, it's hard to argue with lists like these because a lot of these great players were guys that I can't vouch for. I know how great some of these niggas are, but I can't vouch for them.
Now, okay, so this is my problem with the list. Like, right, I appreciate the list because the whole purpose of the list is for remembering people, right? And I'm just going to try to get in the mind of the people who put this list together. I think they were trying to get all the people that they felt enough moments that you can't forget them and they were going to be unforgettable. But if it's just strictly the top, most impactful 75 players that's ever played in the NBA, maybe Damian Lillard, whatever. But Ray Allen shouldn't be on this list if it's the most impactful, bro. Reggie Miller shouldn't be on this fucking list if it's the most
Ray
impactful.
Allen should be there, bro.
No, he shouldn't. Ray Allen had a good career. Okay, he made a couple shots with the Celtics, and he made the greatest shot of all time. That doesn't mean he's one of the 75 best basketball players of all time,
He's
bro.
one of the best shooters ever.
I don't give a fuck. So why is Klay Thompson not on the list? Klay Thompson's a better shooter than him.
Thomas,
And
he
a
doesn't
better
have
defender.
the resume. He doesn't have.
What do you mean he doesn't have the resume? He got 3 championships.
3 championships.
The nigga
whatever.
scored 30. He scored
hasn't-
37 points in a
He
quarter.
has not made an
He scored
All-NBA
60 points in
team
a
yet.
half.
He has not
Come
made
on,
an
bro.
All NBA team yet, bro. He was on a winning team, and it looked great. But at the end of the day, my nigga, you're not a number one. And you won a championship twice being the number 3. Like, come on, fam.
But what I'm saying is that I don't think Ray Allen's career makes him one of the top 75. I think people just like Ray Allen, they remember him because he was on the Celtics. Ray Allen, if you really want to keep it a buck.
He was the dude when he was with the Bucks.
Yeah. And he was the dude when he was just with the Sonics. There was a lot of dudes, bro.
No, but
that doesn't mean he was one of the best.
There's people that didn't win but were good at what they did. That's why I respect Reggie Miller being there. That's why I respect Ray Allen. Until Steph Curry show up and all these niggas that's getting 10 to 15 shots off or whatnot. Until then, bro, Ray Allen was the best shooter ever. So, come on, man.
But that's what I said. I understand why he's on the list because he's a part of NBA history. But I don't think if it was strictly about being a basketball player, he would be on the list. I think there are other basketball players that are better. But whatever, right? Ray Allen is borderline, like he's hard, right? He has a good enough argument. I just don't see the argument for Reggie, though. Reggie had one series against the Bulls, bro. He's automatically one of the most notarizable players of all time, bro. Like, nigga played the Bulls once, bro. Nigga got his ass kicked by the Knicks. He got his ass kicked his entire career, dog. Like, what are we doing with Reggie, bro? I don't understand that one.
Well, Reggie was always someone they put respect on his name.
Hey, but why, nigga? Because
I don't know his
resume.
I got to look at the people's resume.
I'm telling you that his resume ain't better than Dwight Howard's. That's not even close. That's a fact. Like, that's a fact.
No, that's fair. That's absolutely.
So I don't you could argue Ray Allen all you want. There's no argument for Reggie Miller. It really isn't. Other than he works for TNT. He made 6 points in fucking 3 seconds or some dumb shit. And he went 7 games with MJ, bro. Whoop the fucking do, dog. Whoop the fucking do. He got swept by Kobe in the finals, bro. Like, whoa. Like, what are we talking about, bro? Like, so it just bothers me because I don't like when people are given the power to affect other people's legacy based off of they don't like them. That's the same shit that the NFL did with T.O. I hated that shit. T.O. is arguably, at worst, the third greatest wide receiver of all time. He had to wait 3 years to get into the NFL Hall of Fame. Not because of it was on merit, just because niggas ain't like him, bro. So I just don't understand the inconsistency. Like, you could put an Anthony Davis on, but Dwight Howard's not on. Now, I don't understand anybody who's out here campaigning for Kyrie. That shit don't make no fucking sense. And Kyrie is my second favorite basketball player of all time. That's nonsense. Like, no.
No, but when I heard that, I was like, come on, really? I was naming lists and they just came, come on, Dirk got to be on the list before him, Tim Duncan. They think, and that's the problem, bro. These young people are only worrying about highlights, dog. Because that's the only reason you could sit there and put a name like that in there. Look at his resume, bro. Look at the resume.
But the only thing he has is one shot. That he did with LeBron, nigga. That LeBron brought for him, nigga. What has Kyrie done before and after the Cavs, nigga? With LeBron.
But okay, so here's the funny thing though, like, so how the fuck does Damian Lillard make it, right? Because you could argue that Damian Lillard is more accomplished than Kyrie, but he's not. They're in the same fucking tier.
Exactly.
I really don't understand Damian Lillard, bro. Like,
nah, that one blew my mind, bro. When I seen it,
I don't understand it, bro. Like,
I was like, him of all people. I mean, and I don't have anything against Dame. Like, I like watching him play, but
of course,
no, Dame can get it. Bro, he got 6 All NBA, bro.
Right, but
that's
just making an All NBA. But the thing with All NBA is there's 3 teams, bro. There's 3 teams. Like, you could make 3rd team and be All NBA.
Honestly, I looked at it and he beat Reggie Miller. He beat.
But we already acknowledged Reggie Miller shouldn't be on the list. It's not merit.
No, but he beat Allen too.
But Allen Iverson has an MVP. Allen Iverson is truly one of the
I'm
best.
talking about Ray Allen. I mean,
I already said I don't think Ray Allen should be on it either, bro. So you talking to a nigga who don't think them 2 niggas should be on it anyway, bro.
But what you got to see is most of the niggas you look at, they got multiple All NBAs. I ain't see someone like garbage at it or whatnot, or didn't have a championship. Like, I look at resumes. I'm looking at what you've done, what you accomplished. Then I'm looking like, is it fair? And it's unfair to put certain niggas.
But
on
my
that
thing
tier,
is,
bro.
so you said, so when you say All NBA, you talking first team? Or are you
No,
talking?
it's whatever.
Because
bro.
Clay got 2 All NBA denominations.
For what, defense? Like, I don't know.
All NBA
2
is
All NBA, nigga.
All NBA
He got
is
2
All NBA.
All-NBA?
Remember,
Yes,
but
sir.
there's three All NBA teams.
He made 2? I didn't know
He made 2.
So I'm pretty sure he made second team a couple years. He just was never first team.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, you made All NBA, and it's a great accomplishment. I don't want to take that away from you. That's saying you're one of the maybe 15 best players in the world, depending on how you look at it. But there's 3 fucking teams, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's 3
He
teams.
made 2.
2. He
Yeah,
made 2.
there's 3 teams. There's first, second, and third team.
Made 2 third team All NBAs.
So, yeah. That's all I'm saying. You're going to make all-star teams. It's a popularity contest, bro. So I don't give a fuck about that either, nigga. Like,
So I'll go off a championship matter, all NBA matters, all defense, and, you know, getting an MVP and whatnot. I believe all that matters. To be fair, Clay, compared to some niggas, like his resume is enough for him to be 75. And a 75.
but that nigga's not one of the 75 best players the NBA's ever seen.
I don't know
bro.
what they doing, bro. I can't.
I'm telling you what they doing, bro. They just going off of niggas they can remember, bro. That's all, dog. That's it. Hey, that's really what it comes
Honestly,
down to,
bro, the fact that they got niggas like Patrick Ewing over Dwight Howard and shit, dog.
Come on, bro. Patrick Ewing
over
bro.
Dwight,
Get the
bro.
fuck out of here, man.
Like, y'all gotta stop this,
Gotta
bro.
stop the madness, bro. Stop the madness, dog.
Gotta stop it, man.
Get out of here, man. But we could cut short on that sports conversation, man. Let's switch gears, bro. Rod, me and you, we watched the movie yesterday. Let's take it over to, you know, sports and entertainment and get to the entertainment side. But yeah, watched the movie yesterday. Highly anticipated movie, Dune. It was been in development for years. It's based off of a book by Frank Herbert. It's pretty much considered the godfather of all sci-fi. Like, if you actually get into it, because the book came out in 1965, and you realize that it influenced everything sci-fi, or anything that is current when it comes to sci-fi. It influenced Lord of the Rings. Did Lord of the Rings come out first?
Well, the books came out.
Yeah.
earlier,
I'm sorry, but yeah.
But you're thinking more along like Star Wars.
It influenced Star Wars. It influenced
Trek.
Star Trek. It influenced Game of Thrones. It
Yes.
influenced a lot of shit.
Right.
And it's very apparent when you watch it. And let's just get into the review of the movie itself, man. You could go ahead. Your thoughts on the movie.
Well, so I heard a lot about Dune from, you know, a lot of my friends who I respect because, you know, a lot of our friends are into the same things, you know.
All right, man, let's switch the conversation, bro. Normally, we don't always do that much sports. That was like 20 minutes of fucking sports, dog, and we just argued about fucking NBA 75. Really doesn't fucking matter, bro. Like, we're going to forget about that shit anyway, right? But let's get into the entertainment side and get into the pop culture side. So, Rod, there was a movie that came out, super highly anticipated. I know I've been waiting to watch this movie for years. The minute I saw the first trailer, I was like, oh my God, what the fuck is that? It's called Dune, and it was directed by one of my favorite directors, if not my current favorite director in the world right now. And I can never say that nigga's name, bro. It's Denis Villeneuve, bro. Some bougie bullshit. But all things aside, like, when I saw the first trailer, I was hooked. When I saw who directed it, I was hooked. I'm going to watch anything like that. He's at the level of Christopher Nolan and, why am I having a brain fart? Pulp Fiction director. Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
So there are 3 guys I'm going to watch whatever they make. Christopher Nolan, Denis Villeneuve, and Quentin Tarantino. And just for a frame of reference, this is the catalog that this guy has, right? He directed Sicario, phenomenal movie. He directed Prisoners. He directed Arrival, which is really good. And he directed something that a lot of people didn't watch, but I thought it was a great movie, Blade Runner 2049, which was a continuation.
It's sad because that's one of the great movies that no one will ever know is great. That's one because I watched that shit a while back and I was like, bro, how come no one ever talks about this movie?
And we're going to get into it into the review, and I'm going to explain why. And it's going to be very apparent, bro. But I'm going to let you take the lead. And just to give anybody a little more history on Dune itself, it was a story where you could honestly consider it the godfather of all sci-fi that is new age sci-fi. Pretty much everything is based off of that. Pretty much all current sci-fi. We're talking Star Wars. We're talking
Star Trek,
Game of Thrones, anything right now, you can see where they got their inspiration from, and that's based off of the book called Dune. Frank Herbert came out in 1965, and the influence is everlasting, right? So, but let's get into the actual movie review. Rod, go ahead. What was your opinion of the movie?
Well, first and foremost, I'd like to thank all my friends who are well versed with Dune. We have a lot of friends who read the book, who were talking up the movie, and they had seemed pleased. The ones who had seen it, they were very pleased with what they saw. So I was like, all right, well, when people who read the book watch the movie and they like it, that usually means good things. Maybe the first thing I should bring up is just how visually stunning the movie was. Like, from the time you're watching it, when you're seeing the first house for the first time, and you're seeing the battles and the terrain, and it's just like everything about the movie was like a spectacle. Like, it was gorgeous to watch. Like, and watching it on Herb's big ass TV, I felt like I was fucking in there, nigga. That's the first thing. Second thing was, I could definitely see the influences that Dune has on a lot of its future successors. Even when you just look at Star Wars alone, one of my friends, shout out to the homie Dom, he posted this on Facebook, and watching the movie last night, I was thinking to myself, like, damn, the Fremen seem a lot like Tusken Raiders. Lo and behold, that's what my friend said. So I'm looking at it. Just look at all the comparisons you can have, right? The Fremen to Tusken Raiders, right? Arrakis to Tatooine. Tatooine is one of the major players in the Star Wars universe, especially in George Lucas's first movie, right? It's where we find Luke. You look at the worms being just like the Sarlaccs. You know what I mean? You look at Baron Harkonnen being just like Jabba. When I read that, I was like, damn, bro, that's who he reminds me of. He really was a Jabba the Hutt-like figure. And his scenes were always fucking weird and creepy. Like, they did a great job reflecting his character. And I thought overall Dune was a very enjoyable movie. I was kind of tired watching it, so I fell in and out of the movie a few times just out of sheer fatigue. But every time I was up and awake watching it, I was just like, holy shit. And one thing I gotta say, the pacing of the movie, they packed a lot into 2.5 hours, bro. To the point to where, like, at one point we checked the time and it was an hour and 40 minutes in, and we thought we had watched 3 hours already, man. I was like, God damn, they did a great job, fleshing out the conflict between the two houses, the chosen one aspect of it. It just you could see where a lot of the elements of a lot of the core elements of sci-fi came from, and it was a pleasurable watch, man.
All right, so there's a lot of things that you said that I want to get into in regards to my review, right? So let's just get out with it. George Lucas is a fucking thief, nigga. Nigga's a fucking con artist, nigga. This nigga just
lot of influence.
What that nigga Drake said, bro? What that nigga Soulja Boy said? Drake stole my whole flow. George Lucas is a fucking thief, nigga. Took that nigga work, bro, and just said, you know what? Let me just paint it this way, dog, or whatever, right? So we'll get into that. But that is one of, I'm not gonna say the problem with the movie, and this is the problem, not with the movie, but with the process of the movie. Look at all the names that you mentioned, right? The people who are listening to this who have no interest in watching the movie, you just went back and forth. You're like Harkonnen, Atreides, this, that. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to take in. And it's one of those movies where it's not for everybody.
They don't hold your hand.
They don't hold your hand
in the storytelling.
And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It's a great thing for artists, and there's a great thing for the fans of the source material. Because that person, he said, you know what? This is for you.
Right.
I'm making this movie for you. However, it's still a big budget motion picture that needs to return the interest on the investment. Like, it's a $165 million movie. Movie was not cheap. And man, I know it wasn't. They used every single penny. Because I will say this. I'm not one for hyperbole. I have a lot of reference. I always try to contextualize everything. This, by far, is the most visually impressive sci-fi movie I've ever seen in my life. There's no other movie that I've watched like this. I can say that. And I don't mean that as a good thing or a bad thing. I'm just letting you know. I have never watched a movie like Dune. I don't think I ever will until Dune 2 comes out, if it comes out, which is another problem that we could talk about as well. I've never seen a sci-fi movie feel that real. Ever. Like, ever. even Blade Runner 2049, which Denis Villeneuve directed as well. He directed that as well. I loved the look of that movie. I loved the style of that movie. And it was a phenomenally beautiful movie as well. But this just took it to another level. It's by far the most visually beautiful, crazy, intricate, like every adjective I could think of to describe this movie is in the visuals, right? Now, that's only one half of the movie. There's still a story, and there's still a pacing and stuff like that. Like you said, the pacing, it is the most dense 2.5 hour movie I've ever watched, bro.
Well, didn't they pack like 3 books in it?
They packed 2.5 books into this shit.
2.5.
There is not a second for you to breathe, bro. You don't get to take a deep breath at any point in time of this movie, dog. You can't. They force feed you so much shit every second. 30 minutes, right? Because our friend came 30 minutes into the movie, right? And he asked, how much did I miss? I said, bro, I've never seen a movie put that much in 30 minutes in my life, dog. That is the most of movies I've ever had. Like, bro, by the end of the movie, I felt like I watched 5 different movies, dog. Like, it's a lot. It is a lot. It drained me, bro. When I clicked on it to check the time, like you said, bro, we had an hour left. I said, there's no fucking way, bro. We have an hour left?
Yeah.
What more do you have to show me? Hey, what more do you have to say? Hey, bro.
It definitely, you know, it's probably the best movie I ever watched that dragged. Usually when a movie drags, it's just you want it to end because you don't like it. It just dragged because it was so much.
Yes.
It was almost overwhelming to those of us who never read the book because it's so much to take in.
It's a lot to take in, bro. And the crazy part is when I went to look at reviews and look at people who actually break down the books after, because I am fully invested in the story now. I want to know where it's going to go. I want to see how it's going to go forward. The book, the movie, which a lot of people who are fans of the source material actually love, and they're like, were blown away by how it was adapted, barely scratched the surface, bro. Like, this should not be, it should have never been a movie. It has to be a series.
Should have been, yeah.
It should be a series because there's so many different factions, and every single faction, every single house, everybody has reasons for why they do the things that they do. And this movie tried its best to explain that, but you can't. There's history, there's lore that you have to get into to truly flesh everybody out. But with that in mind, I don't think anybody else on the planet could have done a better job. Which is a very, very, like, that's something that you should deserve credit on its own, bro, on his own merit. This nigga had an impossible task. And if save for it just being 20 minutes too long, did a phenomenal job, bro.
Agreed.
Like, I want to watch it again. I know as crazy as that sounds, because that movie is long. I think I'm going to enjoy it even better. I think it's going to go by faster now that I know. Just because I know what I'm getting into. I know how long is it. I know how long it's going to be. I have a better understanding of the story. I might pick up on other things that I didn't see the first time. Because, bro, there was times where, like, my mouth was at the bottom of the floor, bro. Like, I was blown away. Because I'm just like, how do y'all even think of this shit? Like,
nigga thought of this shit in the 1960s, dude.
Not the story, which is crazy. Like, the whole story, everything about it, all the political warfare going on, cool. I'm just talking about the art design, bro. Yeah, I'm like, bro, the Harkonnen character, bro, Baron Harkonnen, bro, like, the way he looked, like him just being in the ooze, bro, the atmosphere.
Yes.
I've never watched a movie with better atmosphere, dog.
Right.
Like, every single place they went to felt completely different, bro. Like, I felt like I was on a different world every single scene, bro. It was crazy.
It was funny when they mentioned talking about air power and water power, and then they talk about we want desert power. And you get to the desert, you can feel that shit, dog. Like, they did a great job of using the setting to really just glow everything up, man. And you know, like you said, Herb, I'm interested in the sequel. I have to rewatch it because I was so tired yesterday. I kind of blanked out at parts, and it's one of those movies, man. I was too proud to say I might have been kind of lost watching it, but you know, I kept it going because, you know, I knew we were going to talk about it, and it gauged enough of my interest to where I'm going to rewatch it and really be able to intake it. And I might even actually read the books because the homie said it's more of a philosophical kind of thing, and I enjoy reading books like that. So they made a fan out of me.
Quick question: anything that you felt was negative. There's nothing's perfect.
I mean, the only thing I would say as a negative is that it felt a little too long, but I understand why it took as long as it did. You know what I mean? I thought the casting was actually pretty good for the most part. I enjoyed all the cast members. But the only real complaint I really have is it just felt a little longer than it needed to be, but at the same time I can understand why it was.
I felt like for as long as it was, and this is going to be a spoiler alert or whatever, I didn't need every fucking dream sequence, bro. We got it, bro. I figured it out, bro. I understand what this nigga's power could be, bro. Like, I didn't need the same dream sequence. Like, bro, that was 20 minutes of dream sequence.
They spammed a lot of those, yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
like,
they
so you take that out, bro. I would say though, real talk, it is what a movie experience is supposed to be. I think people have gotten too used to the formulaic popcorn conveyor belt bullshit, bro. You're supposed to go to a movie to be blown away, good or bad. You're supposed to go to a movie to feel like you've never seen this before.
Oh, you know what, Herb? Not to cut you off. There's one kind of negative I have. It's just the fact, because this movie is not the complete product, we never really got like a true climax.
There you go, right? That's another thing. So perfect. Thank you for bringing it up. I was going to forget. I was literally going to forget that. That is probably the most jarring part about that. Right. I've never watched a movie that didn't have an ending.
Like it had it just no rising action. It's just like all rising action and nothing, no payoff.
No payoff. So that, to people who have no idea, there's people who might not understand that this is supposed to be a prologue or a setup, who are going to be like, that's it? That's it? Like, what? You did all of that and then you just had a fight on a cliff?
Exactly.
Okay, what about everybody else? Like, so, but that's the thing about this guy, bro. Like, he is a big budget. Okay, all right. Let me get to my thoughts. He's a big budget superstar director, but acts like an indie director, bro.
Right.
And definitely. I don't know what you do with that. Seriously, I don't know what you do with that, bro. Right. Because at his core, he's an indie director, but he has the ability to make unbelievably big budget movies, bro. That's what happened with Blade Runner 2049. I couldn't pay a nigga to go watch that with me, bro. Nobody gave a fuck, dog. I enjoyed the fuck out of the movie, but I am self-aware enough to know it's not for everybody. There's a lot of people who's like, it was kind of slow, it was kind of boring. I thought it was phenomenal, bro. But really that's just how that nigga is, bro.
Some people have their style, you know?
And his style is to fucking bore you to death if you're not fully invested in what he's trying to say, bro. Because he needs time to tell you what he's trying to tell you. And again, I'm going to probably go watch it again. I'm going to go try to support it because I need to see a second movie, bro. I can't just invest 2 hours of that draining monster of a movie, bro, and get no ending, bro.
No payoff, yeah.
Hell nah, bro. Fuck out of here, bro. But, I mean, all in all, man, I enjoyed it. I'm probably going to watch it again. I'm pretty sure the more I watch it, the more I'm going to love it. And I already loved it to begin with, bro. So I just think it's going to get better the more times I watch it because there's just some things that I have to see again, bro. There's some scenes of that I just have to see again, bro. For sure, dog. All right, man. Let's transition from movies to Netflix specials. And not really a Netflix special. I know we kind of sort of touched on this a little bit, but now we have new developments in the story. And what I'm talking about right now is in regards to Dave Chappelle, right? So he had his last special. I think it was The Closer. I'm pretty sure it's the last special on Netflix, right?
Yeah, it's supposedly, yes.
Supposedly. It might be the way this shit going, right?
Right, yeah.
So yeah, I don't want to talk about the whole what he said or the special itself because I didn't watch the special. I don't know what it is, bro. Like I used to be a comedy special nut. I just can't sit down and watch comedy specials no more, bro. I don't know why, bro. I don't know why, bro. Those used to be my favorite thing on Netflix, dog. I just don't find them as interesting. I know you still do, though.
I watch certain guys, bro. I mean, I'm still, you know.
Who you watch?
Oh. Chappelle. I used to watch Louis when he was on there, but, you know, he died in that masturbation accident. So...
And my boy be free, man.
Yeah, Louis tried to make a comeback, bro, but then
nah, they not gonna let that man in this era. Nah,
he tried, bro. It's a wrap for that boy.
It's a wrap for my man Louis, man. But nah, you know, I mean, I'll check out a standout every now and then. You know, they're not as I don't know what it is, man. Maybe it's just me as a person, but stand up comedy isn't as funny / enjoyable as it used to be. Because even watching The Closer, I didn't laugh as much at The Closer as I did specials, but this is his best one, without a doubt. Like I could tell, like just his progression as a comedian, as an artist. Like you could see this is the finalization of that. So seeing that it was the culmination of all his efforts together, I really enjoyed it. And it brings us to this point, dog. And, I'll just start it off, Herb. But I just think people are proving him right.
People are proving him right. And
that's what it is.
And that's where the conversation gets kind of tricky, right? Because there's one criticism, and I will have of him, and it's not really a criticism of him. Like, bro, I know what he's about. You know what I'm saying? This is not really to pick a fight with Dave Chappelle. But I do think when he compares the black man's perspective and the black man's experience and says that everybody gets to skip the line, even, transgenders, gay people, like people don't care until gay or something happens to gay people or white people. The thing is that there are black trans people too. And I think he loses sight of that when you make that. Because nobody gives a fuck about gay trans people, bro, that are black. And there's a very large not gay, but black trans community, bro. So are you saying that that don't exist? Are you forgetting about that? And I think that's one of the things that he loses sight of, right? But he's really been proven right. Like, for real. Like, case in point, shit with John Gruden. John Gruden would have kept his job if it strictly was about what he said about Morris Smith, or dumb Morris Smith, talking about his lips. This when that shit came out, he was calling motherfuckers faggots and all this and talking about women. Oh, that boy, he resigned quick. So in a way, it's proven Dave Chappelle right, but I think Dave forgets that there are black trans people too, like, who don't get that level of, or that shield that you think that all trans people get. And
well, I don't believe he was thinking race when he was saying that.
We know that. But what I'm saying is that the argument that he's trying to make goes out the window because he's talking about a certain group of people who gets double fucked. They get fucked because they're black, and they get fucked because they're trans. If you know what I'm saying, you get me?
No, I get what you're saying, but the problem is no one cares about blacks. No one cares about black gays. No one really cares about that community on the black side, and that's what makes it look terrible. But for the most part, he's just pointing at white people.
Right. That's where the confusion comes in, because he is treating all trans people like they're white people, and all trans people aren't white. The white trans people get the care in the that he thinks that they all do, right? Or I'm pretty sure it's Dave Chappelle. That nigga's smart enough to know that. But when you say that, that gets lost in the conversation or whatever, right? So I do have a quote from the EP of a former EP from Netflix, right? So she used to work on a show called Dear White People. Really good show on Netflix or whatever. I'm guessing she's a transgender or whatnot. I don't know if she was like the showrunner or whatever, right? So she has a quote, and this is what she said. I never loved Dave's trans material before, but this time it felt different. This is the first time I felt like, in quotation, oh, people are laughing at this joke, and they're agreeing that it's absurd to call me a woman. The fact is, that's the exact rhetoric and language that is used against us. I've had beer bottles thrown at me. I've been thrown against the wall for using a women's bathroom. I would just say it's ironic that for somebody who's famously walked away from a TV show because he felt like the message of the joke got lost, he doesn't see that the message of these jokes do to people. He talks about our feelings being hurt. My feelings are fine, but being thrown against the wall hurts, or worrying at night if I could go home safe, that stuff is not theoretical. I'm really tired of my existence being a matter of debate. That is something that we all just have to have an opinion about. We all get to have an opinion whether or not I say what I am. Look, I have no desire to cancel Dave Chappelle. He should make whatever he wants. But I will say to Netflix, it's like, whatever, that's blah, 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 blah. Yada, yada, yada. Hold on. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, here we go. People say, oh, it's just a joke. I get the joke. By the way, there's a lot of that's funny about being trans. But the idea that it's funny that we call ourselves a woman, which was the subtext of a lot of the jokes, is not one of them. is actually the same language used by people who seek to hurt us. Take with that what you will. What do you feel about that?
I mean, she. Am I being correct here?
See, okay, so I'm gonna let you get in. Here's the thing about me. I'm an absolutist when it comes to this thing. I don't consider anybody who's transgender that. You are a guy. I'm gonna die about that, right? Because I see it from a biological standpoint. However, I got no problem saying he or she. If you want to be referred to as she, I don't give a fuck.
Like Dave Chappelle himself once said, to what extent do I have to play a part of your self-image? That's all you're saying, right? And if you want me to play to that extent, that's something I can do. I mean, listen, people are allowed to feel however they feel about, especially something as serious as this. So I listened to what she said. I tried to be open-minded, you know what I'm saying? And I can see, like, I mean, to me, and it's hard for me to speak from that perspective, I don't know, but to me, it just seemed like when Dave Chappelle was talking about trans people, he was kind of trying. He tells the story of a friend that he made that was trans, and the saddest thing about it was her name is Daphne, and in the story he talks about how Daphne would always laugh at his jokes, and Daphne was a comedian, but she wasn't very good. So when he goes on to tell this story, there's a night to where he was performing, and he goes, Daphne, why don't you be my opener, right? So Daphne comes, she fucking bombs. She's terrible. That's what he says. But the whole time she was keeping her cool. When he's doing his set, some dude was heckling Dave, and she fucking had some comeback. I don't remember what it was. I only watched it once, but everybody laughed. And he talks about the relationship he built with her, how he felt. And the thing about her story is that when trans people on Twitter were fucking railing Dave and trying to fucking what's the word they're using for? Drag them. They dragged them on Twitter and social media. Twitter's not a real place, by the way.
Not a real place.
Twitter's not a real place. But they dragged them on social media. She's the one trans that came to his defense, and they dragged her. Now, it's not fair to say that it was her own people that caused her to commit suicide, which you could see when Dave tells the story. Nigga starts crying on stage. Like, he's just like, yo, like, she took her fucking life because people, he didn't know what was going on with her because she was the type of person who was always smiling, always lighthearted. But she defended him, and her own people dragged her for defending him. And that's just what it all comes down to for me, bro. It's just all a matter of, like, look, Dave is a comedian. He's going to say what he says, bro. But I don't think what he says is going to be that much of an influence on what people already think. People already have shit set in their minds. I done seen white people who I know personally who I had questions about their racial morality laugh at things that I wouldn't think they'd normally laugh at. Like, people already have shit set in mind. Dave Chappelle's not going to be the influencer, at least not to me. I have my opinions. I'm going to stick by my opinions. He's just a funny ass nigga who be speaking the truth, especially when it comes to black people. That's just me, though.
What I would like to say about the whole thing is once you break down what the executive said, I understand. I get it. Because at the end of the day, for some odd reason, there's just people, misery like company, they do it to black people, they do it to gays. I feel for the gays. I especially feel for the black gays. Like, for real. So, on the honest take, I get why they're upset and want to take this serious. But I also understand that most black people that listen to what Dave Chappelle say won't disagree. Like, they're gonna sit there and, like, that's how we feel. We feel like we're getting looked over. And one of the things I hate and I always hear is that they don't like to count people's sufferings and blah, blah, blah. And I always look at it like, fam, look at the group that's been suffering the most. That gets no type of reimbursement or mercy or any type of grace in anything. I just really hope we get to a point where we can laugh. Like, I was thinking about it and I was like, racist jokes are funny when you don't believe someone's racist.
Agreed, man.
We just got to get to the point where, at the very least, gays are comfortable to be in public where they won't be harmed and stuff like that. And stories like that happen all the time, bro. People are scared to even be openly gay because they always got to get the hate.
Okay, so I want to you bringing up a good topic point because I do want to get into the psychology of it because it's like, all right, what is what is behind the hate of trans people, bro? Like I don't understand.
Bro, I don't get. You know what it is, Herb? It's just it's as simple as any form of hatred, bro. It's fear. Like people look at people who hate trans people look at trans people and they see that they're out of the norm and they don't understand it, and it's just human nature to fear what you don't understand, and what you fear you learn to hate. And that's just where it comes from, bro. Like, I just don't, and maybe what I said might have came off of kind of insensitive, but I never look at the world through the lens of like, oh my God, like I never look at a gay person like, oh my God, he's gay. Like even sometimes like when I'm with my coworkers and they see it and they see someone who's gay and they have to say something. I'm just like, and they always be like, damn, look at that, look at that, maricon, which in Spanish is same as macisi, right? So and I'll be like, I mean, at the end of the day, bro, this is how I always looked at it, bro. From the first time I seen a girl walk by, my neck turned and I almost hit something looking at her ass. That's always been me. And if a dude saw some guy with a six-pack his first time and he got a boner off of that, I can't judge that nigga for that. I can't help what I'm attracted to, dog. You feel me? I ain't gonna judge a nigga for that, bro, because what makes me hard, like, I feel like I have no control over that. When I see ass, titties, like, dude, I'm Master Roshi, bro.
Right, so, okay, so I want to stop you right there, right, because you're saying you feel like you have no control over that. This shouldn't even matter at that point, right? We should be at a point where, nigga, why do you care?
That's my point.
Like, why do you care? Like, we're gonna get into it because this is a perfect transition into Boosie and Lil Nas X. We just had a conversation where we're like, we had to be serious in regards to Dave Chappelle and everything that's going with the boycott and Netflix. I find this right here though with Boosie and Lil Nas X to be fucking hilarious, bro. This nigga Boosie is offended by Lil Nas X, bro. Like, it's an offense. His existence is an offense to Lil Boosie, bro. And Lil Boosie hates Lil Nas X, bro. And it drives this nigga crazy. And I just don't know why. Like, why? Like, it's to the point where, trust me, I don't want to put any kind of homophobia, or not homophobia, but I don't want to put any kind of like, oh, that nigga, because the number one thing to do, or people say is like, oh, if you really hate gay people that much, is because you might be secretly gay, right? I'm not trying to have that conversation with Boosie, but if this gay nigga pushing the envelope, bro, because you so adamant about not gay that I think you do like gay shit, bro. Because this nigga shouldn't be on your mind that much, bro.
Well, I mean, from what I could tell, what sparked it up is him saying, well, Lil Nas X saying he's got to get a feature with Boosie.
No. Lil Nas X is retaliating because Boosie always says something, right, about Lil Nas X. Listen, as an artist, I hate Lil Nas X. I hate what he represents, not him personally. I hate why he's popular, not him personally. I hate his music, but I don't hate him personally. But in this regard, this nigga don't be bothering nobody, bro. He just do his little gay shit and mind his business, dog. Boosie is the one that's always got to say something. Boosie is always one that's saying, like, he don't like him, blah, blah, blah. He doesn't like the representation, bro. So what have I always said on this podcast? Lil Nas X is a master troll, bro. He knew he could drive that nigga Lil Boosie crazy, nigga. Hmm? With the easiest thing, just saying, oh, we got a song coming out. Lil Boosie had to protect his fucking reputation, dog. He had to go all the way left field.
It was literally the perfect trap. It was the perfect. Like, Lil Nas X put a mousetrap with the talking Gouda cheese, nigga. Not even regular American cheese. I'm talking, he got Gouda cheese. I'm talking feta cheese. He got some kind of exquisite cheese on there, and Boosie went right for it, bro.
Like, he knew that if he said that, Lil Boosie would have to go so crazy to prove that it was not true.
And to denounce it, man.
To the point where it made this nigga look wild, right? Like, and Boosie went with it. And listen, bro, shout out to Boosie. You feel me? If he think this gonna get his Instagram back, he's very, very, very wrong.
So this happened on Twitter?
This happened on Twitter, but remember, Boosie's on Twitter now because he got booted off of Instagram, bro. And, and that's why he's on Twitter, bro. So, I got the quote up right now, bro. This is from Boosie Badass Official, bro. The official, what's it called? I'm guessing this is straight from his fingertips. Stop trolling me, faggot, LOL. You a whole bitch playing with a gangster, shaking my head. You can keep sucking dick and getting fucked in your ass in peace. You hate yourself. I would too. And you put the hashtag you hate yourself. I would too if I was you, LOL, Nas X. if you hashtag commit suicide, you would do this world a huge favor. Nobody wants you here, boy. Boosie had to go all the way with it.
Man.
So
He put out the AK on that
yeah,
one,
man. Okay, man. You guys handle that, bro.
That's hate speech, bro. That's hate speech.
That's clear hate speech, man. My thing is, it's like Boosie, dog. You don't have to go that hard, bro. Like
no,
listen.
but he had to, man.
Did he though?
People,
Did he?
Listen, he's speaking for some people, and the people he's speaking for, they loving it, man. They loving it. Yeah, man, get him, bro. They support that, bro. They
Nah,
won't
that's
let
just
the gay niggas
unnecessary,
live.
bro. He could have ignored that. He didn't have to do that, bro.
Nah, man.
Nah, because you gotta understand, there's some people who put like this, right?
Wait. I'm sorry. I would just say, bro, you expect that from him, man.
He
He had
for
to do it. He had to do it.
He had to do it because he had to do it. Like, there's some old niggas who don't be on the internet. That's his fan base, bro. And when they said that, when they heard Lil Nas X, I bet niggas in Louisiana were like, bro, what the fuck? What the fuck? Boosie, bro, not my Boosie. Boosie ain't got no motherfucking song with no Lil Nas X, bro. Boosie had to come out and shut all that down, bro. He had to keep his fan base low. He had to go all the way with it, bro.
Keep his
But
clout.
this is the troll that Lil Nas X. This is the trap. This is the rat trap, bro. That Boosie felt for, right? This was Lil Nas X's response, bro. Niggas say, I am truly saddened. I have never been so mortified in my life. I can't believe Disney Channel has yet to play Halloween Town this entire October, bro. Niggas unbothered, bro.
He's unbothered.
Nigga
man.
just set the trap up, dog. He's laughing at this, bro. Niggas laughing at this, right? Now, we could laugh at the humor in regards to Lil Nas X and Boosie, but my nigga, like, Boosie, what you talking about, bro? Like, this nigga talk about, like, why are you thinking about this? Sucking dick and getting fucked in the ass, bro. Boosie thinks about this shit, bro. Like,
No,
you
but
can't
here's-
be this graphic about it, bro, unless you really think about
that's
that
not
shit.
fair.
Of course
No.
it is.
Because you remember, bro, whenever they bring up gay shit, it'll be digging the booty and stuff like that. Like,
Bro, but the thing is, though, like, here's the funny thing about
it's just a common
No,
attack,
nigga, it's
fam.
not. It's the common attack because that is what you think homosexuality is, bro.
But
Sucking
clearly
dick and
he
getting
does-
fucked in the ass,
Yeah,
bro.
but clearly
You can
there's-
suck a dick and get fucked in the ass as a woman. That has nothing to do with homosexuality, bro.
But clearly, when you're saying that to a man, it's an entire different
No,
thing,
that means
dog.
that in his mind, for whatever reason, there's a part of Boosie's head who just randomly wakes up at night thinking about gay sex, bro. I don't know why,
Come on,
bro.
man.
Bro, you
don't do
can't
that
be
to
this
him.
offended by gay shit unless
Yes, you can. bro.
unless you had PTSD from it, dog. Hey, you can't, bro. You can't.
My dog Boosie, man. There's a prison rape he ain't telling people about, bro.
Or something he seen in prison. He seen a nigga get fucked and it just made him want to grow up.
Fool, he was like, oh hell no, that can't be me.
I'm gonna kill
Bro,
somebody.
Boosie seen gay sex somewhere and then fucking threw up. Like he vomited, bro.
Yeah, that's
He-
that's trauma in that. There's trauma in that
There's
tweet,
trauma
man.
when it comes to Boosie, bro.
Bruh, there
There's
was trauma in
definitely
that
trauma,
tweet,
dog.
man.
Like, trust me, this is beyond. This is like what my dog Ha Ha Davis used to say. This is beyond me. Like, it's beyond me. And I just find it hilarious, bro, because it's like, bro, you think this nigga's hurting like that? But the problem is that this is why there's a lot of suicide rates in regards to little black boys who just happen to be homosexuals, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, my heart goes out to them, bro. Just because your sexual preference doesn't mean you should have to have a worse standard of living than I do. Just because you happen to like the same sex, that has nothing to do with your personality.
It has nothing to do with you as a character.
As a character, your character as a person, bro.
Bro, I can't wait for the day, and you know, we won't be alive for it, but if there is such a day, I can't wait for the day where people just stop giving a fuck about all this superficial shit. Like, I don't give a fuck about your race, your religion, your sexual orientation. I don't give a fuck about any of that shit, bro. Just be a good person, nigga. Isn't that all we should demand from our fellow man? Is just be a good fucking person.
That's it. Like,
That's it,
I don't
dog.
understand what we should demand beyond that.
What
bro.
you
Like,
got going on ain't got shit to do with me, bro. You could be as gay as you want, bro. I ain't never gonna see it. I don't have to worry about it. So live your life. Like, I just don't understand why. It's a shame that we are still having these conversations because the hatred and the ignorance is still so prevalent.
And I just don't like the hypocrisy of it, bro. Like, a lot of people who say they don't like, okay, so there's a lot of gay or homosexual or lesbian or trans representation coming into media, right? I have a problem with it because I don't understand it. Like, there's no reason. So, and the pushback for me, because you know me, I'm one of the most accepting people that you'll ever find. I truly don't care what your sexual orientation is. However, I don't understand the need to shoehorn certain characters, right? Speaking of shoehorn a character, the new Superman is bisexual.
It's Jonathan Kent. They turned him bisexual.
Jonathan Kent is bisexual. Never been bisexual his entire life, bro. And now you can. Why? For whatever reason, right? But whatever. That's comics. Majority of comics are adults. When it gets to stuff that is being shown to kids, I have a problem with it. Just like I have a problem when I see heterosexual relationships with kids, bro. I don't want to see nobody kissing, bro. Whether you kissing a guy or a woman. Doesn't matter, bro. Just show me kid shit.
All right.
Show me kid shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? And now, that doesn't mean I don't want to see a 2-parent household in certain cartoons and stuff like that. That's aimed at younger children, whether it's lesbian or heterosexual. That's fine. I'm talking about anything that's sexual. That's where I push back on. But the problem is that niggas only don't have a problem, and I'm speaking on niggas because it's primarily a thing that's happening in the black community. Niggas don't got a problem when it's a bunch of hoes shaking ass in videos, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. You got Meg Thee Stallion doing the knees, City Girl shaking ass, twerking, all that bullshit. Lil Nas X goes on the BET Award, kiss a nigga, bro. The whole world want to fucking go on fire, bro.
The whole world's mad, bro.
Now it's what about the kids? Think about the kids that's watching this. Blah, 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 blah. But you just saw...
That's why society's so twisted, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Everybody's worried about the wrong shit. Their minds is just like, bro, I don't know. Bro, that shit...
Well, what I would like to say is, dog, this is a thought I always had, man. I think black people would forgive the white person that killed their brother or sister before they forgive their brother or sister for being gay.
1,000%.
So
that's a cold reality right there.
So at the end of the day, when you sit there and like, I feel real remorse because I used to believe the ignorant shit. Understanding like, it really like, fam, how you can hate gay people, gay black people, and not worry about like, you know, white people keep killing you and stuff like that. Like, you're worrying about the wrong thing in the black community. That's how that's how you win the war, bro. Use them, uneducate them, like, you know.
I mean, you hit the nail on the head for real though. Like, that's the perfect way to end the conversation. That's how I've been feeling for a long time, bro. Like, black people, and perfect example, right? Remember the white cop that was a lady who killed the dude because she went to the wrong floor?
Yes.
What was the first thing that the dude's brother did, bro? Hug the bitch in court, bro. Why? Like, you forgave your brother's killer. Like, like, you know what I'm saying? And I know people who would disown their family members just because they came out as gay. It is what it is, bro. Lastly, last topic though, in regards to sticking with family. There was a story that came out, bro, and of course this is Florida, bro, because, you know, like Charlamagne said, bro, the craziest people are from the Bronx and the entire state of Florida, dog. There was a story about a godfather who married his goddaughter, and the crazy part is he used to date the goddaughter's mom.
Oh, is it that black nigga?
Yeah, of course it's that black nigga.
Oh,
she's 18,
my
man.
God.
That shit's wild, bro. So I don't even know how to approach that conversation, bro, because it's so layered, bro. You got shades of pedophilia. You got shades of grooming. You got shades of who you actually bring around your child, because it makes me wonder, like, how early on did this nigga engage in any kind of sexual activity, because he married her as soon as she turned 18. When it was legally able for him to do it, bro.
Which means she was primed and ready to go. Like, that means he had prepared that meal for that day, which is fucking disgusting. I had seen somebody share something about that, and I was looking it up, and they were showing the house and shit. And I was just like, and then they showed a video of the mother, bro, and she was going off, and the niggas talking shit like, "Oh, you just mad because I dated your daughter." I'm just like, oh shit, man. This shit is out of control,
bro.
man.
This shit, like, and it's like, bro, this lady brought you around, you feel me, as somebody to be there for her daughter. not to actually be there for her daughter in that sense, bro. So, Gerson, I'll let you take the lead on this one, man, if you want. I don't even know. I know you said you wanted to talk about it.
Well, the only reason I wanted to talk about it is that, like, it's nasty.
Nasty as fuck.
It's truly nasty, and like, it's funny to me because, like I said, I point at the comedian that said, Tony Baker, that said, man, he didn't understand the assignment. And it's just hilarious, dog. Like, it's sad, but it's hilarious. Like, you look at the child, you watch the child grow, and at some point you're like, you know what? I think you're okay, man. I think you're okay. I mean, it's sick, but I'm also the side, like, I don't give a shit. Like, I'm sad that it made news and it went viral and all. It's like, it's embarrassing, bro. Like, why everybody gotta know our business? Why can't it be in the little, the
little bubble that y'all live in, right?
Yeah, bro. Why you gotta blow it up? Like, why would you do that and then decide to put it on the internet?
Okay, so you know me. Honestly, all jokes aside, I don't give a fuck either. Like, it ain't got shit to do with me, bro. Ain't none of my business, bro. What y'all do is cool. I don't give a fuck. The conversation, though, is about the larger thing in regards to grooming, right? So, like, how do we even contextualize this? Because this was an obvious case of grooming.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure he got with her or started trying her when she was probably like 13, 14 years old, bro. Like, I know that for a fact. Because I think they got a kid together as it is. I think she got pregnant by him when she was 17. He just, yeah. He just waited till he could legally marry her at 18, bro. So, it's disgusting. It's just disgusting. But how do we have the conversation? Because it only seems like it's grooming, or for the most part, it only seems that way when it comes to when it's the guy grooming a woman versus the woman grooming the guy. Like, we had a podcast where we talked about Brittany Renner, 30 years old, got with a fucking basketball player when he was in high school or whatever, right? And
bro, she's a predator.
She's a predator, and I think the conversation is starting to flip because so many people are like saying, "Hey, you're a predator," but it didn't always used to be that way when it came to women. And that's an obvious predator.
She's obvious. Like, she was insulting with it. Like, women has so much kind of power in regards to that aspect of it that Brittany Renner thought she could get away with that shit. This bitch is just showing up to college campus. Is like, yeah, I'm looking for an 18-year-old. Like, bitch, you're a predator. We know you nasty bitch.
No, but I do like that the conversation is starting to become more equal when it as it always should have been. It shouldn't be it's cool when it's discussing what guys do.
You know what it is, Herb? Not to cut you off,
no,
but
go ahead.
You know what it is? The problem is, part of the problem is us as men, because I ain't gonna lie. Anytime you go on a Facebook post or an IG post or read an article and they expose a female teacher for fucking one of the high school kids, you always read the comment section and you always see dudes like, damn, man, you fucked up the assignment.
No, real talk, bro. This is gonna sound very unprofessional to say this. I still hate them little young niggas, man. You fucking up the game. I wanted to fuck so many hoes in my school that were teachers, nigga.
What?
And you niggas get the opportunity and you over on some run tell that shit, bro.
Exactly, bro. And that's all you see in the comments is niggas like, damn, bro, you fucking up, man. And these young niggas can't keep quiet. Bro, discreet in the streets, like, there's just a lot of things you see niggas saying. It's just like, even me, like, some of them teachers I be seeing like, damn, bro, if I was that 14-year-old kid, baby, I'm making sure you ain't going to jail. Maybe some other nigga. You know
right, but
that's the issue, though.
Now that we're old enough, we do have the sensibility, like, cause I'm about to have my child this week, so now with age, and we need to have a conversation. I keep forgetting to have this conversation of how a light just flipped and switched, and I'm just an old curmudgeon now, bro. Like, it's so bad, bro. It's so bad, bro.
Nigga said old curmudgeon.
I'm an old curmudgeon, bro. Matter of fact, we'll have the conversation, bro. But with the age and with the reference, now I see it. I'm just like. Back then, I used to be like, bro, you niggas fucking up. Now I'm like, bro, these bitches are despicable, bro. Like, these are impressionable young men, right? Now, like, me getting older, I could say, yeah, I would have liked to fuck a woman who was my teacher when I was 14. But now that I'm older, I would be like, what would that have done to me?
You have the perspective now.
Yeah, what would that have done to me? How would I have aged with that? Would that have damaged me? And I didn't understand I was damaged until it was too late. And that's why when you have the age, you can see the wrong in it and whatnot, bro. Go ahead.
I mean, we were coming into the age where I seen 12-year-olds and 13-year-olds back then talking about sex. So
No. I'm not talking about sex. I'm talking about being taken advantage of as being a predator. There's a difference between you're 12 and your partner is 15 or 14. That's just two kids doing, experimenting and learning about each other versus an actual predator, right? An adult. Because once you get older, you realize that you lose that ego boost that you have. Like, man, that bitch wanted me, and I'm a jit. And you realize, oh, that bitch has a problem. Oh, and you don't know how that might fuck you up. That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
right? That's what I'm talking about. Because I don't know about these kids who grow up and how they feel, and a lot of them end up being depressed. Because I've read some stories where they're just like, now I'm old enough to realize how fucked up the entire situation was, or whatnot, right? And we don't think about that. We don't think about that when we have these comments. We're just like, bro, you niggas snitching and fucking up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? And
there's lifelong lasting effects of this.
Exactly. Because they're fucking kids. They don't know shit. They don't even know how to handle their emotions half the time, bro.
That's a fact.
There's going to be a point in time where, because she's 18, and getting back to the original conversation, when she gets in her mid-20s or her 30s,
it's all going to sink in.
It's all going to sink in, and she's going to be like, what the fuck? Right now, there's a young girl who wants to be a woman, way older. She has an incorrect image of what a woman is, just because she got married and blah, 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 blah. When she gets older and it all sinks in, she's going to realize there's a part of her life that was taken away from her, and she didn't even know it was happening. And that's what makes this story so fucked up. And, of course, it was Polk County, Fort Pierce, Florida, bro. But, okay, back to the conversation with me being a curmudgeon, bro. Like, Rod, bro, I'm just an old nigga. I'm the old nigga on the line now, bro. Bro, I be listening to rap, bro. I'm like, what is this? Fuck this
you're the old man yelling at clouds now?
Yeah, bro, I really am, dog. Like, I be listening to music. I'm like, bro, this is nonsense, bro. Like, this is fucking dumb. Like, how y'all listen to this shit, bro? I hate it.
You know how I know I'm old, bro? I just refuse to listen to anything else, bro, but what I want to listen to, bro. I just listen to what I want. I don't... Like, for me to listen to new shit, it happens on accident every time. My sister's playing it. One of y'all boys plays it. Somebody from work plays some shit that I'm like, oh, okay. That actually sounds pretty fine. Outside of that, I'll just stick to what I know. To me, that's old man shit right there, man.
I'm an old man because I'm yawning, bro, and it's fucking 9:12, dog. Like, I'm just a curmudgeon, bro. Like,
well, after you talked about FedEx last week, I was like, yeah, man, hers reached that stage.
Nah, bro, okay, so the reason why I say this, right, and I don't know if there's a part that's jealousy. I actually don't think, because I've done a lot when I was a teenager. I've done a lot, right? But I'm watching these videos of these ridiculous Playboy Cardi videos or from his concerts, and these kids are just out of their fucking mind, bro. Like, they're just ridiculous, dog. I would just
say that.
Bro, they're just bad. They're just bad kids. They're bad T-Moons, bro. Like,
no, but what they doing to make you think that, though?
They're being teenagers, bro. That's it. That's all it takes. That's why I know I'm an old curmudgeon, bro. I'm watching teenagers be teenagers and be like, "Yeah, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro?" Like, they ain't doing nothing outlandish. They are bad though. Like, they're ridiculous, bro. Like, they're literally a harm to whatever they're at, bro. Like, they rushed the security gate, broke the fucking security gate. Like, his fan base, they're just some young wild niggas, bro. Like, and they're all white kids, bro. Oh, wild white kids, bro. All wild white kids, bro. Fucking security guard got knocked out, bro. Who's trying to block a fucking mob coming? They jumped the security guard, bro. There was one nigga who yeah. They're ridiculous. They're wild, bro. These young kids is with it. They with it. They are with it.
Well, you know what, man? It's kind of scary to think about the future, bro, because we grew up, like, it's funny, like, our generation is literally the transitional generation because we remember the old shit enough because we experienced it just enough, and we were at the dawn of this age of new age modern technology. So, like, we have, like, a little slight different perspective from those before us and those after us. So it's funny to be sitting right in the middle, and I'm thinking about how these kids look at social media as the platform. Like, social media now is the thing, bro. Like, I can't imagine what it was. I can't imagine what it would have been like to have Facebook and IG in middle school or high school. We had MySpace like in high school, but MySpace was the shit. MySpace was different, man. Like MySpace
wasn't at your fingertips.
MySpace was wholesome.
You had to go home to get on MySpace.
Yeah, man. Exactly.
You had to go home. It wasn't at your fingertips every single fucking second, bro. So it's not comparable, bro.
Not at all. So like I just can't imagine. Like we're old enough to where we know how stupid all this shit is, but we just reap the benefits of it because it's convenient. Whereas there are young kids who are growing up and this is life to them. Likes and follows and you know being
and jumping
ridiculous.
Security guard at Playboy Cardi concerts, bro.
Yes, clout. Like people are chasing clout more than ever now, and they don't care about any moral aspect of it. And this is just a part of that.
Perfect example of people chasing clout and not caring about any moral aspect of it. Patrick Mahomes has a clout.
Oh, his brother is
clout
the worst.
vampire of a brother, bro.
Plus his girl, which I think is weird.
Yes, clout vampires, right? So Patrick Mahomes has a brother. His brother's name is Jackson Mahomes, right? Jackson Mahomes has no talent. He's only famous because of his brother, bro. And recently, and it's God, I don't know who to blame more. The Washington Redskins or the Washington football team for the worst ceremony of all time for a great football player.
Rashawn Taylor.
Rashawn Taylor, disgusting. If you look at the details of it, disgusting. But this dude didn't have the self-awareness to not dance on this nigga's number on the field because they put Sean Taylor's 21 on the field, and this nigga took it upon him to make a TikTok dancing on the fucking thing. Like he's a clout vampire. He's so absorbed with trying to get likes and clicks that he didn't even think to say, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't do this here, bro. He had to apologize for it and all that good shit. And he's still doing the same thing, bro. Like, it's just, I've never been on social media less, right? I'm only on Twitter, but just because to find funny shit. But that's it. I don't engage on Twitter. I don't do none of that shit, bro. I don't even have IG.
Dude, all I do is post memes on my social media. That's it. I don't care. That's just not real.
It's not real,
it's
bro.
not real.
It's not real. And I have the reference to know because I went outside when I was a kid, bro. That's real. Like, and I don't blame them, bro. That's a different lifestyle. It's a different sense of
it's a different era.
It's a different era. That's not to get on them for that, but it's just like, Jesus fucking Christ, bro.
I know, bro. It's ridiculous.
Fucking ridiculous, dog. Before we get out of here, though, any last things, though?
Well, we started a podcast with basketball, so we're going to end it like this, bro. I'm just going to say this, man. I don't know how the season's going to go in basketball. I don't know how Klay Thompson's going to be when he gets back, but I'm putting money on the Warriors in every series. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's pretty bold, my boy. Yeah,
don't matter, man.
You really with the shits, man.
I'm with the shits, dog, this year.
You with the shits, bro.
He's high off cocaine.
All right, man. With that, though, I will see y'all boys. Actually, I don't know about next week because, you know, baby's coming for sure this week.
Oh, yeah. Hey, man.
So we might be on hiatus for a week or two.
I hate this nigga, man.
How you hate me?
Because you literally told me later in November or something like that. You like November something.
Nigga, it's literally going to be damn near November. I said anywhere from late October to early November. It's late October. They literally won't let her go past her due date.
When's her due date?
Her due date is Wednesday. If she does not have a baby by Wednesday, they're going to say, it ain't your choice no more because she's going to be over 40 weeks, and that's a full term. So, yeah. I don't got control of this. You say you hate me, bro. Like,
bro, that's gonna be so dirty, dude. I don't know if I'm ready for that to see Baby Zara, bro. I might cry, dog. I haven't cried in a long time,
for
dog.
Sure, bro. It's gonna be a doozy, bro. So by no later than Friday, she will be here, my boys.
What? Oh.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, tell me about it.
I know you know.
Yeah, tell me about it, man. Tell me about it. All right, man. All right, deuces, man.
Peace.